JJ.
Hit it!
It's time for the Frangie Show on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, we welcome you in. Glad you're along for the ride on what is a very special Thursday. Our Thursday is always brought to you, of course, by our friends at Stanley Pools. We sure appreciate that, and we appreciate you listening. It's a special day today because compliments of our friends at the Fire Watch. We are live at the Bragan Baseball Complex to kick off our patriotic and baseball combo weekend. It's going to be an awful lot of fun. Walk-off charity Stars and Stripes spectacular baseball tournament rolls along. It's been going on all week. We've got semifinals tomorrow, finals on Friday. We just had our home run derby for the Stars and Stripes. That was a moment ago. The home run derby for the Collegiate League, the Coastal Collegiate Baseball League, comes up at about 5 o'clock tonight. And then that CCBL All-Star game is at 7. It's some of the best baseball you've ever seen. It's free of charge, so we hope you come join us. We're excited about that. And then the really crown jewel of our weekend, our friends from the Fire Watch are putting on a Veterans Job Fair to really help veterans get back acclimated into the workplace. There's going to be hundreds of veterans here for between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturday. We're going to be under the tent we're under right now, so we're taking advantage of the tent and doing our show here, but the tent's going to be here. And so it's a weekend that on the 4th of July, we're celebrating this magnificent country 250 years in, and we're proud of that, and I mean that very sincerely. But right now, today it's baseball. It's our country. It's a lot of fun. So it's a fun weekend. Starts at the Bragan Baseball Complex right now, full of guests coming up, and I'll introduce you to some of those coming up in just a bit. But first things first, JJ, I know how you feel because I watched you last night. But for people that didn't, give me from 10,000 feet an overview of. I'll get to the red card in a minute. But of the performance by the American team, they win 2-0. They win a knockout round game for only the second time ever. They move on to a battle with Belgium on Monday night. But they beat Bosnia 2-0. Give me from 10,000 feet your thought of the game.
Well, first off, first knockout round win game for the U.S. since I was 12 years old. Frank.
Wow.
So I'm 36 for the listeners out there. So, yeah, 2002. It's been a very long time. We showed a lot of heart last night. And like you said, the decision did not go our way. We were put up against it. And the guys did not hang their head, and I was really proud of the defensive performance they put in the second half of the game, man. Huge for the country, and especially, of course, for those guys on the national team.
And let me say this, too, and it's not a shameless plug. It's a real plug, but I'm serious about this. If you're following it closely, it seems like freaking everybody is, by the way. In conjunction with the podcast, JJ does an instant reaction. I mean, the minute the damn thing ends. JJ, I thought it was fantastic.
Thank you.
I think, honest to God, I've been in this business a long time, and I think you are crushing it. It's crisp. It's on point. I don't pretend to understand everything because I don't know the sport well, but I think you are doing an outside. I mean that very sincerely.
It's easy, man. When it's fun, it's easy, and winning is fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When it's fun, it's easy. I've proven that for 38 years, so I know all about that. So, but you've done a great. I mean, I'm serious. I'm telling you, folks. At 10:03 on Monday night. At 10:03 on Monday night. If you haven't found it on one of our social channels, then you're doing it wrong because JJ's really knocked it out of the park. I mean that very sincerely. So you've crushed it. All right. We move on to Belgium. Now the red card. And again, I've prefaced everything I say by saying I'm not a soccer guy. Everybody knows that. But in our country, it rarely do you get. I say in our country, in American sports that are from here, rarely does something like that happen where there's no evidence of intentionality and being intentional. I guess I ought to say it better that way. Yet he still was kicked out of the game and gone for the next game. I couldn't believe that. Now, a lot of people, I sent a tweet about it. 2,000 people liked it. 50,000 viewed it.
Nice.
300 responded to it. And everywhere from I agree with you to you don't know what you're talking about to that's the rules. Give us your take on the interpretation that led to a red card and that led to Flo Balogun, not being available for the game on Monday night.
I thought it was total crap. I thought it was a disgrace. First off, I'll say before I get to the actual foul, I do think it's important that when you get a red card, you are suspended the next game. To me, that I can't say this enough. If we didn't have that rule, man, at the end of these games when the team has nothing to play for, it would get really, really nasty. Guys would be diving in and getting red cards on purpose. You know, if you only missed the end of that game you were in and you didn't have any repercussions for the next game, it would get nasty. We'd have a lot of injuries. So I do think it is important. But that is not a red card, what we saw last night. To me, especially in the context of the game, how it was called, how this entire tournament has been called, they've let everything go. Specifically in last night's game, Bosnia was fouling the hell out of us. There was never a yellow card for any of the Bosnia players. They were letting things go loose. And then for a 50-50 challenge like that, on an obvious accidental foul, which I do believe should have been a yellow card, but for them to give a straight red, man, was a catastrophe. I thought it was clear to me that the ref and the VAR ref used a slow motion replay and a still image to make their own interpretations of the rule and try to get our team out of the tournament. And you could even see up into extra time when, at the end of the game, when they put up 10 minutes of extra time, 10. It's like, man, I'm not saying the fix was in, but I think that they were doing everything they possibly could to hurt the United States last night. And that's why I'm so proud of the boys, because they knew that was happening too. And they never once, hung their head and felt sorry for themselves. They know, no, we have to go out there and defend for the next 30 minutes like our life depended on it. And they did. And they even got a goal at the end of the game. It was spectacular how they played with 10 men.
Well, I will tell you, you did a great job describing it. Lauren did too in the handoff. You guys both know soccer very well. It really does seem to me, you said something she said too. Sometimes when these microscopic replays are so good, they change the tenor of what really happened. Now you say, well, that doesn't make any sense. The better you see it, not always. Sometimes it can change the tenor, and I thought that happened last night again.
Yeah, we see it with targeting constantly.
Yeah,
like
correct.
if you slow the targeting calls down, the helmet to helmet, of course it looks egregious.
Correct.
But in the context of the live play, which the referee is supposed to take into account, it wasn't a red card. It's never a red card. Yes, it was. It was a hurtful play. The guy got hurt. He could have broken his ankle, but it was an accident and things happen. And it was a yellow card. But to give him a straight red, to me, that was an atrocious call, and it will affect us in the next game against Belgium, unfortunately.
The good thing is there is the next game.
Yeah.
That's the good thing.
Yeah.
There is a next game Monday night. It's amazing the way America has rallied around this team. We all have. I mean, I am on the edge of.
If you see some of
I'm on the edge of my couch. For God's sake, I'm on the edge of my couch last night.
If you listen, Rick Ballou had me on the show last night to talk soccer. Yeah. If you have seen some of the videos, I saw a thread earlier today of like 10 U.S. cities that had absolutely massive outdoor watch parties. Like, I'm even shocked, by the amount of love that this team is getting, man. It's really cool to see.
So last night, as you know, we've had our walk-up charity Stars and Stripes all week long. My week has been, frankly, here, crack of dawn, help with this baseball tournament, go to all our sites, deliver food to our volunteers, watch baseball, watch our walk-off teams play, do the radio show, leave the radio show, get right back to it. I looked up last night. I was at the ballpark, JJ. The ballpark is 12 minutes from my driveway. Okay, it is. I mean, I'm only here every day. I know. Okay, so it's 12 minutes from my driveway. I looked up. It was 7:44, and I was in a panic. Okay, true story.
I love that.
I was in a panic. I raced to my car
because we score early.
Yeah, we score, and like you said yesterday, it's not like football or NFL where they 8 o'clock and they started at 8:20 or 8:12 or 8:08. They started at 8. So I drove home quickly within the posted limits, however. Okay, but I drove home quickly. I was on my couch at 8:01 and it had started. But I think we're all like that now. So, again, great job as always keeping us abreast. Shout out to you. And if you heard Helmets and Heels today, my friend Lauren Brooks played soccer forever. She was a very good soccer player. Her dad was a soccer coach. She really understands it very well, too, and does a great job of explaining it. So if you're looking for some soccer insight, JJ and Lauren do a great job of it. They really do. All right, let me tell you about today's show. We are going to celebrate veterans. We are going to celebrate America. Both the Cohen Center and the Fire Watch do a magnificent job of helping veterans reacclimate, helping veterans in whatever they're going through. We're going to start with Alex Field. She is the director of the Cohen Center. She's going to join me momentarily. Brett Hastings after that. An important sports in course comes up today, too. I'll tell you about that coming up later on. Mike Fleming in the 5 o'clock hour from the Fire Watch will be here. Chris Lane, who puts on this great Coastal Collegiate Baseball League, is going to be here. So we are loaded up with fun. We're going to celebrate America. We're going to celebrate veterans. We're going to celebrate baseball. And it's all coming to you for the next 2 hours. We're excited about it. Thank you to Stanley Pools, my friend Greg Stanley, a good baseball player in his day, putting on the show today. When we come back from the Bragan Baseball Complex, Alex Field joins us from the Cohen Center. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Center, Brad Meester. Big shout out to everybody in Duval.
I'm Brad Meester on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
David Garrard here, and once again, I'm reporting good news about how good my knees are doing following PRP treatment at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. For an old quarterback like me, my knees are in great shape.
You don't have to be a celebrity or a professional athlete to appreciate the everyday personal attention you'll receive at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. For any orthopedic need, call on the pros at SOS.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
When he speaks, QBs listen. If you like quarterback talk, get an earful with a quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson. He shares his insights Friday mornings on The Drill. Tuned up by Encore Research Group and George Moore Chevrolet on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here for my friend and insurance agent Craig Dewhurst. Craig has been helping families on the First Coast with their insurance needs for 25 years as your good neighbor and local State Farm agent. Now's a great time to review your insurance policies, whether you need auto, homeowners, or renter's insurance, or insurance for your golf cart, boat, or jet skis. Craig handles all of my family's insurance needs, and even better, he gives back to the community. Call Craig today at 904-940-9740. That's 904-940-9740.
Not everyone is built for a cubicle. At Local 234, apprentices get paid to learn hands-on skills like plumbing, pipe fitting, HVAC, the stuff Jacksonville runs on. No endless lectures, no massive student debt, just hands-on training, real jobs, and real pay. This is how you level up, by doing work that actually matters. Check them out at UA234.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Local 234. Make the right connection.
Looking for a real career with great pay and full benefits? Prosser here for Julington Creek Pest Control. As a growing, family-owned company that cares about its employees, they're hiring lawn technicians in the Jacksonville area. No experience required. This is a salaried position with top industry pay, full benefits, a 401k match, and paid training. Apply today at JulingtonCreekPestControl.com. Julington Creek Pest Control, our family serving yours since 1984.
Equal opportunity employer. Hurricane season is here, and now is the time to make sure your property is ready. Weak, damaged, or overgrown trees can become a serious hazard when storms move in. Trust the experts at Lucas Tree Service with over 45 years of experience for professional tree trimming, removal, and storm preparation. Don't wait until a storm is on its way. Schedule your tree assessment today at lucastreeservice.com.
One of Beard's Diamond's most popular events ever is back. It's Christmas in July. Right now, for a limited time, you get as much as 40% off anything in our showcases. Yes, that includes engagement rings, fashion rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants, colored gemstones. This is the annual store-wide sale that everyone loves, because you get December prices in July. Up to 40% off store-wide. Don't miss Christmas in July. Exclusively at Beard's Diamond at the St. John's Town Center and online at beardsdiamonds.com. Shop local. Shop Beards. Santa Claus normally avoids Florida this time of year, but not this year. Christmas in July is happening right now at Beard's Diamonds. Get up to 40% off now through July 27th. Beard's showcases are stocked with all new fashion jewelry, exquisite colored gemstone pieces, and the best selection of diamonds in North Florida. Rounds, emerald cuts, princess cuts, cushion cuts, ovals, from a half carat to 10 carats and more. Come and find the perfect engagement ring now at Beard's and save up to 40%. Beard's Diamonds at the shops at Town Center and online at beardsdiamonds.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
Man, we sure appreciate our friends at Stanley Pools, best pool company in town. They've built our pool, they've renovated it, and they serviced it too. So 904-269-7277 for my friends at Stanley Pools. It's a special day today because we're beginning the 4th of July weekend on our program today here on 1010XL by being live at the Bragan Baseball Complex, the CCBL All-Star Games here tonight as part of the Walk-Off Charity Stars and Stripes Spectacular Baseball Tournament, and then on Saturday a job fair put on by our friends at the Firewatch to help veterans. Right now, Alex Field is going to join me. She's from the Cohen Center, the director there, and we're going to talk about helping veterans as well. Hi, Alex. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me here.
Is this your second time?
This is my second time.
Okay, so you're warmed up now, okay? The other time was a warm-up. You're ready to go now, right?
Yes, ready to go.
Thank you for spending the time and taking the time to come here. We've had Mike Fleming on a bunch talking about the Firewatch and what it does, and Nick Allen's been on as well. Cohen Center works hand in hand, but tell me the difference. Tell me what the Cohen Center, your primary objectives of the Cohen Center are.
So our primary objective is to meet the needs of veterans and active duty service members in the community through mental health services. So we provide individual therapy, family therapy, couples therapy, group therapy. We partner with the Firewatch to provide training across the state for veteran service organizations. And we have the Firewatch come in and do training every other month on suicide prevention as well.
Tell me why the Cohen Center works, why it's important to you. How did you get involved in the Cohen Center?
Yeah, so I have a long history of working with people who have experienced traumatic events.
Okay.
And so naturally that ended up with me working with the veteran population, unfortunately, because there's a lot of people who have experienced different things in their lives.
So, and that led you to this. The Cohen Center, owned by Steve Cohen, the Mets owner, by the way. For people that know the name, you would know the name. How big is it? How long has the Cohen Center existed? Tell me a little bit about its history.
So the Jacksonville Cohen Clinic has been around since 2020.
Okay.
We have 7 licensed clinicians, 2 intake coordinators. So we this year have served almost 700 veterans and family members.
Give me an idea of what you see in the workplace and the struggles you have seen veterans undergo.
Absolutely. So we see a lot of people experiencing depression, anxiety, isolation, relationship issues, parenting concerns, grief and loss issues, moral injury based on experiences that may have happened in the military, and a lot of PTSD, unfortunately. We have a lot of folks who have experienced different things in their lives, and we support them through healing.
Do you oversee a lot of the programs? And tell me, like, your specific involvement in it.
Yes. So my role, I'm the clinic director. So I oversee all of the clinicians there. So I support them in if they have any additional needs, if they need support, and how to work with the veteran.
And how has it changed in the years you've done it? Has it gotten better? Can you kind of quantify a difference maybe you guys have made? Because I'm guessing you've made a big difference in the military community.
Yeah, so I don't have that right in front of me, but
I don't need the numbers.
Yeah.
I just what you've noticed.
What I've noticed, we have seen an increase of veterans who are willing to seek treatment. So we are getting the word out about our services and our availability. We have immediate availability for services. So if someone calls us, we work to get them in within 48 hours for an intake, and then within 2 weeks for their initial appointment with the therapist.
That's a great comment. You found more veterans that are willing to be helped.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an issue? Is there I can't make myself do this? Is there vulnerability that someone doesn't want to show for that reason?
So there's a couple things. There's the stigma about mental health that still exists, unfortunately. But also what I see a lot and what I say a lot in interviews like this is that you don't have to wait until it's extremely severe before you get treatment. If you're starting to notice mental health concerns, at all, you can come in and work with us and do more prevention work so that it doesn't get to that point. So you don't have to wait, if that makes sense.
Is there a way, recruit's the wrong word. I don't want to use the word recruit. But is there a way, I know Mike's going to talk about the Watch Standard program that the Fire Watch has. Is there a way for you to help identify more veterans that you can help? Does that make sense? Rather than always having to wait for them to come to you and hope they do?
Yeah, so we have an amazing outreach director, Jamie, who goes out in the community, goes to events and tables at events to get the word out about our clinic, and works with folks on base and all the above to try to get awareness out about the clinic.
How much time do you spend on the bases, on the military base? Is that a thing?
On a monthly basis, we
do.
try to get that out there. Yeah.
You do. And so give me an idea what that's like. Do you meet with groups of people? Do you have the whole bit?
Yeah, so Jamie will meet with groups of people to do what we call briefs about the clinic, and we'll just kind of explain what we do, what we offer, what's available for veterans. And for example, we have the At Ease transition group coming up. So it's specifically for veterans who are about to transition or have recently transitioned out of the military as an additional support.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, fair enough. If someone's hearing this right now, before we let you go, if someone's hearing this right now and wants to, because they hear this, they need help, what do they do?
So the quickest way probably will be to go on CohenInTheCommunity.com.
I'm going to get Cohen in the Community.
COHEN, CohenInTheCommunity.com.
Okay.
It has all of our, it has our contact information, our location, how to sign up for our newsletter, and all of the flyers for the groups and events that we have coming up.
Okay, so rather than even me throw out a number, the website's the easiest thing, right?
It has all that information on
Okay,
it.
so CohenInTheCommunity.com. Alex Field is the director of the Cohen Center, trying to make a difference in lives. I appreciate what you do. I tell Mike this all the time. I tell Nick when he comes by, and I'll say it to you as well. The military matters. It really matters in our community, but it matters everywhere.
Yes.
So thank you for what you do, and thank you for spending some time. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Alex Field from the Cohen Center. She's the director there helping members of the military. And now at 5 o'clock, you'll hear from Mike Fleming, who works with the Fire Watch, and they certainly deal with preventing military suicide. Or veteran suicide, I should say. So that comes up a little bit later on in the program. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, Brett Hastings is going to stop by. We're going to do sports in courts, but a little different version, but I think an important version. There are fireworks everywhere going off in the next 2 or 3 or 4 days. But what are the laws? What can you do privately? What can you do at home? What are the laws with fireworks? What are the noise ordinances and how do they come into play? It's an important topic and a very important sports in courts, and it comes up next on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Hey, Googans, Hicken here. You want to win wings from Mr. Chubby's or tacos from Taco Luke? How about some chocolate from Peter Book? All we need you to do is tell us more about you by filling out the 1010 listener survey at 1010XL.com. What kind of vehicles do you drive? Are you a business owner? What part of 1010XL do you like the most? We want to get to know you better so we can serve you better. Go to 1010XL.com, fill out the survey, and you could be a winner.
This is Victor Patel, CEO of North Florida Medical Center. Have you been in an auto accident? Are you feeling pain or stiffness? Our board-certified team has over 15 years experience helping patients recover through chiropractic care, physical therapy, pain management, primary care, and neurology. Even minor injuries can cause long-term problems if left untreated. Schedule your free consultation today at nfmcjax.com. North Florida Medical Center, bringing the care back to healthcare.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Thicket here, for nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools has been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools, summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnik Chevrolet is proud to be a 9-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year recipient, the only dealership in Northeast Florida to ever win this prestigious award. Well, it's earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness, all part of Nimnik's Treating You Right guarantee. Now look, I've been buying my cars from Nimnik forever. That is a true story. I started in 1982 buying my cars from Billy Nimnik Jr., God rest his soul. He taught me how to buy a car, and I've been doing it ever since. I trust my friends at Nimnik. They care about the community. They care about their customers. They do it right. They've supported our charity, Walk Off Charity, so many times. I really do appreciate them. If you want to buy a car, you want to be treated right, not just when you buy the car, but after the sale as well. Well, that's what they do. They care about their customers. They care about this community, and they care about treating you right. So who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? That answer is simple. Nobody but Nimnik. Visit their showroom off Cassett or go to nimnikchevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
You know Zero Res, the zero residue carpet cleaner that leaves your carpets truly clean with no dirt-attracting soaps or harsh chemicals. Don't risk it with the other guys. Skip the disasters that leave your carpet soaked for days and do more harm than good. Keep the mud outside where it belongs, not trapped in your carpets. This month, get 3 rooms of Carpet Zero Resified, starting at just $129. Call 287-5727 or visit ZeroResJacksonville.com and ask for the 1010XL special.
Zero Res.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Now time for Sports in Courts, legal issues in the sports world with Brett Hastings from the Hastings Injury Law Firm. Hit back with Hastings.
And we welcome you back. My friend Brett Hastings is here. We do want to remind you we're live at the Bragan Baseball Complex at Fort Family Regional Park. The Coastal Collegiate Baseball League All-Star Game. It starts with the Home Run Derby, then the All-Star Game is tonight. It's going to be packed with baseball fans. The price is free. It's part of our Stars and Stripes, Walk-Off Charity Stars and Stripes Spectacular all week long. So celebration of baseball, celebration of the military, celebration of our fantastic country, including a military job fair from 10 to 2 on Saturday here. We do it in conjunction with the city of Jacksonville and our friends from Visit Jax. So it's going to be a good week all week long. Now, Brett Hastings is here and important. How you doing, buddy? How are you?
I'm doing great.
It's great being out at the ballpark, isn't it?
This is awesome. And if people haven't had the opportunity to come out here and want to do something awesome tonight, come out.
Yeah,
this is great.
I hope they do, Brett. And you're right. It's a beautiful park, and we're very proud of it.
I feel very American.
You know what? That's exactly well said. Okay, I want to get into all this. I want to spend some time on it. People go to fireworks at the beach in downtown, and they do this magnificent display. But I promise you they do them everywhere else because my dog loses his mind. They do them in neighborhoods. They do them in driveways. So big picture from 10,000 feet before I get into the weeds. What are you allowed to do and not allowed to do? What are the rules?
So you could have different things in your neighborhood. You're at Jack's Golf and Country Club.
Okay.
So you could have HOA rules, that would dictate it, that everybody agrees to within the neighborhood.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And this is one of those things. We have the rules and the laws, and then we have the night, right? Okay. Enforcement isn't the same on July the 4th that it would be on Wednesday night at 1 o'clock in Jack's Beach Golf and Country Club. Okay. So really a lot of this ends up becoming management. So we can talk about theory and a little bit of practice, and we are not going to do sports and courts today. Okay.
All right.
This is This is sports and jorts, right?
Okay.
This is what it is,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's really about
I
how
got
does
it.
the law intersect
Yeah,
with
that's
some of the
right.
craziness that we have out there. And so that really is it. Here are a couple of the big things that I think people should know, right? If you shoot a firework and injure somebody else, that is a slam dunk personal injury case.
Okay.
And you can be responsible for it.
Right.
All right. So, and if your children do it, okay, a lot of times, and I think we've even talked about this before on the show, actions of children, like at school and stuff, you're not going to be liable as a parent, right? But if you're at home, you buy these fireworks, the kids shoot them off, the kids injure somebody else, you can be legally responsible for that. So that's a large legal liability because, shooting Roman candles at I've had people call up regretfully,
yeah.
somebody shot Roman candles in somebody else's face, a whole bunch of things like that. Giving fireworks to somebody that's clearly intoxicated, that can be negligent.
Okay.
So, that's one of the big, large sources of liability. The other thing that I think people need to know is, when can you do it? How can you do it? That's pretty much going to be what law enforcement says, okay, on that night. I think the general rule is start shutting it down in your neighborhood. They're going to shut it down at about 10:30, 11 o'clock, right?
Okay. Okay.
I live on the Salt Marsh in Jacksonville Beach.
Right.
We usually go watch the fireworks at the beach and we come back. And so I have an unobstructed view as you look back into town. And so you can see all of the neighborhoods and literally as far as you can see fireworks going off. And then it tends to look like it tapers off at about 11 o'clock. And I would imagine that's a little bit from enforcement. It's a little bit of, hey, Frangie's, the dog's going nuts, go and shut it down. I think how are you going to get in trouble with the police or anything is when you start doing that from 11 on, on that night.
Okay.
And it'd probably be a little worse this weekend, right? Because we've got 4th of July on a Saturday. I think that enforcement ends up being a little bit closer to being the times that you would expect when it's a Wednesday, Thursday. There are times we have 4th of July and people are going back to work the next day.
What about this? What about if you leave your neighborhood? Because I'm going to go do it up at the golf course. I'm going to do it at the public park. I'm going to do it at the softball field. I know there's not invitations from various cities, counties to do that.
Right.
I would think that's against the law, correct?
Yes. I mean, if you're going to be doing it in the Jack's Golf and Country Club, that's really going to be regulated by their own specific
what if someone
property
wanted?
laws.
Because I can tell you, here at the Fort Family Park and Bragan Baseball Complex, they don't want you to do it.
Right.
They shut the gate. They say, please don't come up here.
Right.
There's neighborhoods.
That's
going
to be illegal. That's going to be a trespass.
Yeah.
Right?
So okay. So it's a trespass.
Correct.
Okay. Tell me about that. What does that mean? What is that? You go to.
I'm a block away from an elementary school. People go over there.
Yeah.
They go to shoot them off. Okay.
Right.
The police don't necessarily keep them out of there. Nobody's been legally invited to
Okay.
be there. Right. So that is technically illegal. Right. There's signs that are posted. Don't be here, unless you're here for school activities or other stuff at the time. Is a law enforcement officer going to arrest you for shooting these fireworks off in a field? No. They're probably not, because that's probably safer than you doing it in the neighborhood, doing it in between two houses or what have you. But that's what we were talking about, theory and sort of enforcement and practicality. In theory, you're not supposed to go there. You would be trespassing. Okay. So
what are trespassing? I mean, if you got caught trespassing for any reason, what are the laws? I mean, what are they?
Generally,
is that a misdemeanor slap on the wrist?
Yeah, misdemeanor slap on the wrist. Generally, you're supposed to be provided notice that you shouldn't be there.
Okay.
So when you start looking at should you be there?
Yeah.
So that's why you see signs that are posted, and a lot of times those property owners say, that's your notice right there. It says, don't come on here. You're not invited.
Yeah.
You're not a legal invitee, as it relates to it.
Okay.
A lot of other times, there could be a business and somebody creates havoc in Walmart or whatever. Walmart will call the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office will document that, provide notice to the person and say not to come back. That's kind of a higher level, right?
Okay.
Of clear notice that you're not supposed to be here. So
tell me about noise ordinances. How do those work? Could that come into play here? And tell me how a noise ordinance works.
In theory, absolutely, it could come into place. You're not supposed to do anything that creates noise above certain decibels, right? And that's one of the reasons that we have concerts in this town and they stop at a certain time period. And it's because people that live across from Dailies or any of those places, they say you need to shut down those things. it generally gets back into that 11 o'clock, right? You know,
Okay.
they're going to be shooting off fireworks, the city of Jacksonville Beach, you know, I think in downtown or what have you. That's generally at 9. Seems like it concludes 30 to 45 minutes out. People then kind of do it themselves. Then those things go to wrap down. Is there a noise ordinance, you know, division that's going to go out? Absolutely not, right?
Okay.
Here are the things they're going to be looking for. Is somebody drunk and disorderly, right? Is somebody trying to
Gotcha.
infringe on, touch, push, mess with somebody else? And then I think once you kind of get out of that, say, 11 o'clock zone, are you out doing something that disturbs the peace of that neighborhood? And that's where you have problems.
You know-
But the other big thing to talk about probably is open containers.
I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
Don't go there yet. 'Cause
Right.
don't get ahead of me. 'Cause
Maybe
I got
the
a lot
next
of stuff.
segment,
But
right?
no, this segment, I'm going to keep you here. But I want to wrap up noise because then I want to get to look. We normally do this Florida Georgia. Well, Florida Georgia's in Atlanta this year, so we're going to do it now. So we're going to get to open container and drinking and partying on 4th of July in a minute. But let me finish the noise thing. So we at Fort Family Regional Park, we've built a baseball stadium. Okay,
Right.
We've also built a football stadium. Okay, again, there's going to be a big announcement on sponsor name and all that coming up this summer. So we're very excited about that.
Awesome.
We play the Christ Church Academy and Impact Christian, 2 wonderful private schools, play their home games here. We have a bunch of stuff going on there. We have marching bands come. We have to adhere to the decibel level, and we have to have a decibel meter out here.
Right.
And if we go over it, the city of Jacksonville, which owns this park, has told us, listen, you permit out the park, you run the park, we have a great relationship, but follow the rules. So I don't know that people realize what you just said. I didn't know that until we had this park.
Right.
That there is a decibel meter. I don't know what the number is, but you can't go over it. And if you do, you're against the law.
And you want to know why?
Tell me.
It's pretty interesting. So people would go, that's too loud, or we don't like it. People would say, hey, well, you know, that was a certain type of music, and you don't like the certain type of music, or you don't like
Correct.
what's going on. And so what the court said a long time ago is, hey, a decibel rating, okay, is constitutional in that it is sort of content neutral, right? Like
Okay.
it is an objective measurement, and we can all agree this is too much and something under it is there. And that way you're getting out of, you know, deciding, you know, do you not like Latin music, rap music, rock music, or any of those types of things? And it just says simply, you're not going to get louder than this. If you get louder than that, then the community has the right to regulate that. And that is essentially, you know, past what we call constitutional muster.
Yeah,
and so that's the big thing in the law is we always want to try to objectify and say, okay, obviously the community can say that, hey, you know, this park is amazing, right? But there are people that live around it. There's a couple like apartment
all around it,
complexes,
very close
you
by.
know, and everything else. And so they're saying, hey, we need to go ahead and essentially, you know, figure out, you know, what's right here in between it. And I would bet most of these people would say, this is awesome. We are so glad to have it in our community.
Yeah.
But I was hearing, I heard Hicken and Pross the other day, and Hicken was talking about up in New York where they where do all the kids go and they do like nonstop tournaments for like 10 weeks. Cooperstown, right?
Yeah.
But he was saying in Cooperstown, by God, they're trying to get through
Yeah.
and play all those games. So it's not unusual to have a 1 o'clock throw or,
Right.
you know, any of that other type of stuff. Those are the types of things that, you know, you want to try to avoid. I think everybody's fine with it getting done at a certain time. I don't think the noise that comes here, right, from the joy
Yeah.
of kids playing baseball is necessarily what the straight decibel rating is going towards, because they're also concerned construction sites. They get regulated by this. There are a whole bunch of other things that you wouldn't really expect, but end up becoming important.
Well, I can tell you before we get to open container in a bit, final thought on this. When we first started having football games here, loudspeaker, marching bands, the whole bit. When CCA scores a touchdown, they have a cannon that goes off. You know, we had a call from a citizen, very nice person that said, hey, I'm not used to this. And then we got involved with the city, said, listen, it's Friday nights. It'll only be on Friday nights. We'll never go over the decibel level. We'll always be mindful that you live nearby. And it was fine. And you know, because I think when people have a common sense conversation with each other, but to your point, we had to learn everything you just told us legally. We kind of had to live and learn.
Right.
So I think that happens. All right. Let's get to open container laws. A lot of people are going to be partying all weekend long, certainly on the 4th of July, celebrating 250 years of our magnificent country. But people party. Open container laws. What do they mean? What exactly are they? Take us through that.
Right. So, you know, the beaches are different than in Jacksonville, and so I think that's something that everybody wants to know.
I didn't know that.
Well, we talk about it all the time, right? Jacksonville is very, very unique in the state of Florida because the city is the county and the county is the city. We're the only entity like that in the state. So Jacksonville Beach is actually its own city, right?
Okay.
So Jacksonville Beach has its own police department, has its own enforcement. Outside of
that I knew, right?
Right.
Okay.
But outside of that, we have the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office all over town, right? So you have state open container laws, then you have city ordinance, right, violations, and you got 2 cities there. So that's a little bit of where we come from, that difference. As a general rule in Jacksonville, they will treat them as civil citations, okay? But I want everybody to know this, and this is important. An open container can be a criminal violation, okay? In Jacksonville Beach, they tend to write people what are called notices to appear. And so I've had people over the years say, hey, what is this? And they can write it as a civil violation or they can write it as a criminal violation. And it's a direct correlation usually to that person's interaction with law enforcement, right? You fight them, you do other type of stuff. What does that mean? Okay, why would that be important? A civil citation is like getting a careless driving or like a regular speeding ticket. Okay. A notice to appear for a misdemeanor open container is a quote criminal offense. And everybody, all of our listeners at some point have probably applied for a job, right? 15, 20 years ago, when you went in and said, okay, I'm going to apply for this job, they used to say, what? Have you been convicted of a crime? Okay. They don't do that anymore. They now say, have you ever been arrested? And a lot of times people, and I absolutely understand where they're coming from, said, well, I did get this open container in Jack's Beach and, 99 or whatever. And what they don't really realize is they wrote that as a notice to appear. It's essentially a paper arrest, but from people that aren't from the area or somewhere else, they run a background check. It ends up coming up as a misdemeanor, right? And so, that's just something for people to know. If you were standing on private property, you are good to go. All right.
With the beer and a red Solo cup.
Right.
You're good on private property. You're okay to have.
You're good to go at the beach. If you're in an event, what they do is, there's a lot of festivals. Everybody knows sort of downtown Jacksonville Beach.
Right.
They go and get applicable permits. You can drink beer. You can possess and have them in there. All right. In Jacksonville, it's pretty much always or tends to be treated as a civil citation. People have to get permits, and the city even has created different zones where it's okay to do that. Like you can buy a beer and walk down the river walk, some things like that.
Gotcha.
Some specifics as it goes. Are they really going to try to go and start arresting people en masse at the beach for open containers? Absolutely not, right? And really, I don't think they're going to try to deal with anybody by writing the criminal open containers unless, right, you are pushing back on the cops, you are being difficult or whatever. But you're probably going to get a drunk and disorderly or, a whole host of other issues.
All right.
Now, the one other caveat for that is what's your age?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Right.
Are you a minor?
You have to be 21 years
You have
old.
to be
You have to
21 to
legal
possess it.
drinking.
Right.
In your car, I'm driving. Can the passenger have an open beer?
Technically, no.
That's against the law.
That's against the law, right? The only times that you can have can be a passenger and have a open container of alcohol in the vehicle are in a properly licensed limo or in like a tour bus or travel bus setting, okay? But I will tell you this.
That's good to know. I'm glad you said that,
absolutely, absolutely. And I don't want to scare people, but this is about education,
yes,
right?
It is.
Yes. And, I'm a former prosecutor. I have a ton of friends. They're police officers. And if they were out here hanging with you, they would all tell you, no way I'm really going to harass this other person that's in the car, right? Like if somebody was being reasonable, they are stone cold sober, they are the designated driver, and they are driving,
right?
Okay? They're not going to do anything in that situation, right? They don't want to do the paperwork.
Right.
They don't want to do the follow-up. They don't want to do the stuff.
But it's important you said but I wanted you to clarify the law, regardless of what might from a practicality standpoint, what might happen or not happen, that's the law. So very good. We got to wrap. But I want you to, the advice you always give to people when we do this a few days before Florida, Georgia, advice to people how to party, how not to party this weekend.
Right.
Because you do it every time.
Number one, you have Ubers, right? And when I was growing up, we didn't have Ubers, okay? And I think there's really no reason not to go do it. And here's why I will tell you. You could go and pay $15, $20, or $40 in that Uber. And even if $40 seems like a lot to you, if you go out and find yourself, you've been working hard, you're going to school, you're like all these awesome interns that we've got surrounded out here. You want to go get a great job, you want to go to ESPN, and then you go get a DUI. And you decide, I've got to go battle it. You're probably going to spend $7,500 to get counsel. And if they're able to get a great result for you, get you to a reckless driving or whatever, you're probably still going to spend $3,000 to $5,000 as part of the probationary process on what we would call is a win. Okay, so we shouldn't drink and drive because obviously we can go hurt people. And that's what we do, right? We represent constantly people who've been injured by drunk drivers. And it's heartbreaking, right? Because these people are needlessly injured. It could have been avoided. Just go get the $40 Uber. I can tell you, I love what I do as a personal injury lawyer, but I don't want to see those cases. I don't want to see what the people go through. And, usually what happens, because this is that, but for the grace of God go I crime, right? When you go in there and somebody says, oh, that person's a drug dealer or this or that, you can't relate. But you know what? We've all probably driven when we shouldn't, okay? Right. But you just doing what I do, I see the consequences of it all the time, and it's not worth it. Go have fun, everybody. By all means, get an Uber. And if you interact with law enforcement, don't tell them how to do their job. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's probably going to be one of the best legal defenses you can have at that point.
Always be respectful, and you're right. Rideshare has never been more prevalent than it is now. Take advantage of it. That is great work. Brett Hastings from the Hastings Injury Law Firm. Have a great 4th of July, man.
Same to you.
Appreciate you stopping by. Thanks,
you got it.
Appreciate it. When we come back, JJ and I'll talk a little NBA, a little soccer, and a whole lot more. Stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show. From the Harrell and Harrell studio, don't settle for less than you deserve.
It's not about guests. It's about you. Call it, text it, drop it in the chat. Holler at Hacker. Monday nights from 8 to 10 on 1010XL.
Mike Dempsey. If you're thinking about a bathroom upgrade, maybe turning that old tub into a safer walk-in shower, check out 5 Star Bath Solutions. I shopped around, talked to several companies, and I chose 5 Star because their customer service was simply incredible. Responsive, honest, upfront about the entire project, and their pricing was even better than expected. When you're ready for a fresh look, better comfort, and a bathroom space you'll love using every day, schedule your free consultation at 5starbathsolutions.com and get the 5-star experience.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles Update. We're always landing the new releases at Showtime. If it's Topps, Fanatics, Panini, or Leaf, more times than not, you can find it on our shelves. Wednesdays and Fridays are the big release days for hobby boxes. Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
Don't miss the Bari Breakdown with Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays around 1:35 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Who's MIA? Who's coming back? Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays at 1:35 on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Next time you head into a Gate convenience store, look for Form Energy Drink, designed to provide energy, hydration, and focus straight from Dana White and AB, celebrating those who embrace grit, discipline, and resilience in their everyday lives. Check out Form Energy at a Gate convenience store.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, a Jacksonville family business for nearly 70 years. Heck, I've been talking about them for over a decade. The Thompson family secret, Dandy's never frozen, always fresh baked bread with quality meats and cheeses, no dry crumbly subs here, only soft and tasty deliciousness. When I see that logo with the little dude with the cane on the label, it tells me I'm getting a trusted brand, a quality sandwich. So do what I do and stop in at a Daly's and make yours a dandy today.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise in towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Lauren Brooks here. If you're like most of us at 1010XL, you have a long list of things you want to get done around the house before football season begins. Do yourself a favor and make an appointment today to check out Closets by Design's new showroom on Phillips Highway, especially the incredible garage. Closets by Design can help turn any garage into a custom organized space. Call 904-878-9393 to schedule your free in-home design consultation and get 40% off plus an additional 15% off and free installation or online closetsbydesign.com.
America's turning 250, and Superior Fence and Rail is celebrating in true red, white, and blue style. For a limited time, save $250 on your new fence. Give your home the freedom, security, and curb appeal it deserves. Celebrate America with a fence built to last. Offer valid on new contracts for 100 linear feet or more. Cannot be combined with other offers.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Jeff Prosser here. The FIFA World Cup is entering its biggest matches, and there's no better place to be than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. On Kalshi, you can trade every matchup from the opening stage all the way through to the final. Looking for good value? Try England to win it all. They're trading around 9.4% to win, meaning a $100 trade pays out around $1,000 if they go on to win soccer's biggest prize. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code 1010XL, and you'll get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 and over only. Restrictions apply. Eligibility and requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
I appreciate my friends from Stanley Pools. Greg Stanley, who runs the joint, former terrific baseball player. Great day to talk about him because it's all about baseball here today at the Bragan Baseball Complex. The Coastal Collegiate Baseball League All-Star Game. First, the Home Run Derby, and the All-Star Game comes up tonight. It's going to be an awful lot of fun here. It's all part of the Walk-Off Charity Stars and Stripes spectacular baseball tournament. 40 teams from around the Southeast. They'll play for a championship games all on Saturday. So come see us at the Bragan Baseball Complex at Fort Family Park. We'd love to have you do it. Thanks to our friends at the Firewatch for putting on a magnificent Veterans Job Fair that comes up on Saturday. And Mike Fleming, Brigadier General Mike Fleming, will join us in about 7 minutes or so to talk all about the Firewatch and all the good things they do. In the meantime, JJ, I got 2 of 4 from the Phillies. That's better than I thought I would do.
I'm really happy about that today.
Well,
the Braves finally won last night, too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, when we got by that bum Skeens last night, we can't win when he pitches.
So
JJ.
what's up? Like, you watch all of his starts.
Yeah,
what's happening? He gave up 7 earned runs.
Yeah.
It looked like he got shelled last night.
Here's my theory. His velo's down. His average four-seamer was 96.1, which is down for him. He walked a few guys. This is my amateur psychologist here, okay? He was pitching great, and he got no support. They weren't playing very good defense behind him. They weren't scoring very many runs. I think he started pressing. I think he started trying to win the game by himself instead of just being who he is. And I think that's kind of the general chatter right now.
So more mental, not physical.
That's what I think.
Good.
I think that because they came back and won today behind Jared Jones. So, and look, the Phillies are really good, but he has not pitched very well. I almost think there will be a little bit of this will be an epiphany of sorts because yesterday's the first day he was really bad. He hasn't pitched well of late, but it was the first day that I thought he was really bad. So we'll see. All right, a couple things I want to get to with you. Next hour we have a little time toward the end of the show. I want to talk about the Jaylen Brown thing.
Wow, we were very wrong. Yeah, it took us about 30 minutes.
JJ and I both promised you guys that Jaylen Brown they were gonna kiss and make up and play one more year together. I think we blinked. We got off the air
before I got home yesterday.
Yeah. So we'll get to that later in the second hour of the show. But right now, we did not do this. You did a wonderful job breaking down the soccer from last night. We now move to Monday night. I won't be with you again after today before that game's played. Tell me about Belgium. What are our chances? Who will be favored? What should I expect on Monday night?
So expect a completely different looking game. So the first, we had Australia, we had Paraguay, and I'm not even counting Turkey, and then we had the game yesterday. All three of our opponents played a very similar brand of soccer, which is they're going to be real defensive. They're going to be in a low block. They're going to try to hit us on a counter or set piece corners like that. Belgium is going to want to play just like us. They're going to want to have the ball. They're going to want to go forward. They're a very attacking team, and because of that, there's going to be lots of space. It's going to be like a basketball game. There's going to be back and forth. Both teams are going to have lots of chances in this game. I think we're going to be playing more of like a counterattack style because Belgium is one of the elite teams coming out of Europe. Like 2018, I think they finished third in the World Cup. Like this is the end of their golden generation, but they still have some absolute killers on that team. 2014, we got knocked out by Belgium and went to extra time. That was a really famous game. Tim Howard basically was standing on his head, making a million saves and kept us in that before losing in extra time. So this would be great get back for losing in 2014 in Brazil. But there's a matchup or a guy particularly to watch out for. His name is Doku. He's going to be on like the left wing attacking player for Belgium. Probably one of the fastest, best dribblers in the entire tournament. He is going to give us fits. But this is a pretty old Belgium team. We're going to be more athletic, probably quicker than most of their players. So I think we can win. This is a very, very winnable game. I looked at the betting odds this morning. It's about even. It's as even as it can get.
So we have a chance. We have
more than a chance.
A legitimate chance to get to what is
the quarters,
the equivalent of an Elite Eight. That's what it is.
Yeah.
For language that we non-soccer folks understand, we can be in the Elite Eight if we play well on Monday night. Great work as always. Talk. We'll take a break. When we come back, Brigadier General Mike Fleming is going to join me. He is from the Fire Watch. They are putting on this shindig, including our Veterans Job Fair on Saturday. We're excited about that. That comes up after this on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you? 1010XL. 1010XL. Jacksonville Sports Radio.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts. Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
When you want to know what's happening in Gainesville, roll with the Gator Report. I'm Joe C. Listen for updates on Florida Gator athletics several times a week on 1010XL. Built by Cash Building Material. Windows and doors done right.
Go, Gator! Frank Frangie here. I've been telling you about Stanley Pools for years. But you know my favorite thing about this family-owned company? They take such good care of my pool. All I have to do is relax and enjoy it. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and their weekly maintenance makes owning a pool effortless. You can trust Stanley Pools to build your pool or upgrade it. They've done both for me. Call 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, Hicken here, and you know I'm going to talk about skin. Yeah, it's hot outside, folks. The oven is on. Temps are in the 90s, and it's only getting hotter. I love the summer, but my skin doesn't. I do my best with dry-fit shirts, big floppy hats, plenty of water. My secret weapon, though, the sunscreen. I use it regularly. Maybe you should as well. Look, I've also been seeing docs at Peaches Dermatology for years, and my skin thanks me for it. I'm telling you, it could save your life. Book your appointment today at peachesdermatology.com.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer, Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership costs. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Looking for a real career with great pay and full benefits? Prosser here for Julington Creek Pest Control. As a growing, family-owned company that cares about its employees, they're hiring lawn technicians in the Jacksonville area. No experience required. This is a salaried position with top industry pay, full benefits, a 401k match, and paid training. Apply today at JulingtonCreekPestControl.com. Julington Creek Pest Control, our family serving yours since 1984.
Equal opportunity employer.
Hacker here. 4th of July week is here, which means America's celebrating the way it should. Fireworks, cookouts, and cold drinks. But I want to know this. Did you take Awaken 180 up on Lose 40 by the 4th? Because people did. Listeners did. Greg and Sales did. And the guy is just a few pounds away from dropping 40. That's not a commercial number. That's a walk into the cookout and people start asking questions number. I know the feeling. I lost 120 pounds with Awaken 180. My first 40 came off in just weeks, and I dropped all my prescription medication as well. So if you missed the deadline, fine. Don't go hide behind a paper plate and call it a year. Pick the next one. August, Labor Day, your beach trip, whatever gets you moving. Awaken 180 gives you the food, the plan, the coaching, and the support to actually finish the job. Have questions? Ask them online at awaken180weightloss.com.
I'm Jared Justice with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by USA Park Airport Parking. The NBA Summer League kicks off tomorrow with the Magic's first game coming later next week. 24/7 Sports composite ranking lists Florida State's football class to be the 56th in the nation. Team USA defeated Bosnia last night 2-0. USA will play Belgium on Monday. 1010XL has World Cup updates all day. It's 87 degrees at 5 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
We sure appreciate our friends from Stanley Pools. 904-269-7277, the number to call if you want them to do your pool. They've done ours. They've built ours, renovated. They service it. They're the best pool company in town. We're live at the Bragan Baseball Complex, part of the Walk-Off Charities Stars and Stripes Spectacular Baseball Tournament. And we are here ahead of a very important Veterans Job Fair from 10 to 2 right here on our property. Probably close to 200 or 300 veterans will come. We invite you to be part of it. A number of companies in town will be here, and it's all compliments of our friends at the Fire Watch, as is our show being here today. Brigadier General Mike Fleming is one of my dear friends and makes all this happen for us. Thank you for joining us. How are you, man?
Hey, this is fantastic. Thanks so much, Frank. And it was so good, Alex, to kind of talk about what she sees as a clinician for veterans. So it's really fantastic, all the work they're doing over at the Cone Clinic.
If you've heard Mike on our program many times, and I'm guessing that you have, you know what started this was when Mike first told me that close to 22 veterans a day commit suicide in our country. That number alarmed me then, and it still does. I know we cite the number every time we do this because there's an importance to it. The Fire Watch was started to address that. For people, again, that joined us late or haven't been with us, tell us how the Fire Watch got started and what watch standards are and the difference I think you're making.
Yeah, that's right, Frank. What we want is the public to be involved, and so in late 2019 and early 2020, Rory Diamond, who was city councilman, Jacksonville city councilman, also CEO of K9s for Warriors, wanted to do something different. What could the community do to own this challenge? And so he took the Duval County and the 4 surrounding counties and had representatives. I was the initial chair, and then Nick Howland was our executive director. And we looked at it differently. We didn't want to do a call center. With a lot of things that were going on, wanted to leverage the resources already. So our primary thing is we created the Watch Standard program. And I know we've talked about it a lot, but basically it's an hour's worth of training so you can be an advocate for the veteran or service member in your life. And, I've got a lot of friends. Only about 10% of the population serves in the military. But I want every one of my friends, if I'm not myself, to make sure feel comfortable talking to me. And so it's thefirewatch.org. And we have over 12,000 people who've been through it. It's fantastic. You and I have been talking now, 4 or 5 years, and it's grown from, it was probably 4,000 or 5,000 when we started. And, people talk about our 250th anniversary of the nation. Unbelievable. It's remarkable. And then next step is, well, what can I do? And, when you tell a veteran or a, active duty member, thanks for your service, that's nice. But if you really want to make an impact, be involved with their lives, and you should feel comfortable talking to them about anything. And that's what the Firewatch, the Watchstander training gives you.
Mike, I ask you this a lot, but I'm going to ask you again for people that don't hear us every time. What are the challenges a veteran faces? What are the challenges a member of the military faces as he tries to reacclimate into society? And why has life become so difficult for so many?
Yeah, let me take that expand it a little bit, because here, I was born in Jacksonville, born and raised in Jacksonville like you. My dad was a sailor at Mayport. And so we have a lot of active duty members. And, this Firewatch training, the Watchstander training is as much to engage with actively serving members right now and their families, because they're here for 3 years and they go somewhere. So they have a lot of challenges from a transition standpoint, specifically for veterans as they transition out of the military. It's a different environment. Civilian world is different than the military world. Nothing wrong with either one of them, but you're part of a cohesive unit. You kind of know your role where you are, and then all of a sudden you're in a environment where it's a lot less. I don't want to say rigid, but
structured.
Structured is probably the right word. And you don't maybe know your place, and maybe the job you get isn't really commensurate with the skills you have and all that. So. And then a lot of times you're moving to a different part of the country. You get comfortable where you are and you move. And so the transition aspect is very, very important for veterans. And some of them really kind of feel lost when they do that initial transition.
When you started this, when you became involved, what did you see? What did you see in our veteran community that told you, not that you didn't already know, but oh boy, we got work to do?
Yeah, it was statistics. It really is. And the one that when you and I were playing golf together, and I told you almost drove into the woods,
really did.
Which is where our balls were, but that's another story.
but I really did.
I really did. And so those were the statistics driving. And if veterans could solve the problem for other veterans, we'd have done it already. We simply don't have enough veterans. And then there's a term we called a sea of goodwill, which 90% of the people who've never served in the military, almost all of them want to do something. And they really say, look, I don't know what to do. And so that's why we created this Watchstander program, because we wanted people to take a proactive role in a veteran's life, but we also want to make sure they're comfortable talking to them. And our goal is to be upstream. And I think Alex talked about it. We don't want to wait till a veteran's in absolute crisis and we got to address it. We want to get upstream of that and start addressing problems, challenges when they're little, whether it be employment or really anything that the veteran or his family is facing.
Brigadier General Mike Fleming is our guest from the Firewatch. They've put on this our appearance here today, and then of course the job fair that we're going to talk about in a little bit coming up on Saturday. Tell people about your career and how you've learned. You 36 years in the military, right?
Right.
Both the Army and the Marines.
That's correct.
Tell people how that happened.
Way back when, I was a scared private at Parris Island, April of 1974. And if you told me at that point that I was going to be a general, I would have laughed, because I didn't know if I was going to survive boot camp in the Marine Corps. So I served in the Marine Corps on active duty for about 6 years. And then after about 3 years of being an enlisted Marine, I was a sergeant, and I went to OCS, became an officer, got out, and then went to Jacksonville State University, wanted to play football, and then got my collarbone broken. So that stopped that, but ended up moving back here to Jacksonville. And then a friend of mine was involved in an incident over in Lebanon, one of my Marine counterparts. And I decided I need to do something. And so actually Marine Corps, it wouldn't have fit. I was a captain. They had amphibs. I didn't know anything with that. So called the Army. The Army took me. And then that was in 1983, and then served till 2010, and a lot of different things I was able to do.
Is it unusual? I mean, it is, right, to have served in two branches?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's very, very unusual. I'm it's for me, it's like, when you marry into a family, you end up having another great family. So kind of my original family was the Marine Corps, and I'm proud to be Marine, but I'm also proud to be a soldier. So and then, the great thing about the military, within the services, we give each other a hard time. And then, but if someone says anything about one of the other services, then I feel like I'm as much protective of them as anyone else.
Let me ask you this. I don't know if I've ever asked you this. But we've done this enough times, and we're friends away from here too. You're really passionate about this. I mean, saving members of the military is a really big deal to you. Why so important?
I think the big thing comes from my Christian faith. My favorite book in the Bible is Esther, and there's something where you placed in this position for a time such as this. And so I try to look and see, the influence or what I can do. And having achieved the rank of a general, people in the civilian community, frankly, look at generals different. And so I want to be able to use what I do. And it's very fortunate for me, not only for the Fire Watch, but like Alex, I work within the Cohen Veterans Network. And so we have 23 clinics across the United States. We're about to open 5 in Asia. And so I get to work with that. And so the things I learned both here in Jacksonville and also with my Cohen Veterans Network job allow me really to understand the challenges and then hopefully look at challenges uniquely. And, that's the other thing. I think all of us in the military look at it and say, someone invested in me so I could grow. And, a lot of people invested in me. And so I hope that what I'm able to do now is give back to all the people who invested in me at one point or another.
Brigadier General Mike Fleming is with us from the Fire Watch. There, and we've had this conversation. There was a time, gosh, I don't know, 80s, 70s, 80s, where the military, members of the military, weren't as respected and honored as they are now. Right. That changed. I know saying thank you for your service is a simple thing, but there was a time it didn't exist at all.
Right.
You've seen that change too. I certainly have seen it. I think we appreciate our members of the military more than we ever have. You agree with that?
Yeah, and I think it 100% comes from our Vietnam veterans, because our Vietnam veterans were treated terribly by everyone.
Right.
And I think to a man and to a woman, they said, this is not going to happen on my watch again. And so if you think about it, the people who were Vietnam veterans, as they grew and got into positions, they said, we're going to honor the military. So I really give the credit to the Vietnam veterans for being the ones to say it's not going to happen again. We're going to honor people for their service, regardless of whether you agree with the policies or things.
Right.
None of us get asked by any president serving, anything. We serve where we're told to serve, and the Vietnam veterans are the ones that made this happen.
That's a great take. That's a really good take. We are here today, this show today, because we are ahead of a military job fair that I'm very proud the Walk-Off Charities is honored to be a very small part of. But you and our friend Bill Hickey have been doing this, and Bill does a wonderful job. He'll be here crack of dawn on Saturday making it all happen. Tell me about how that started and why that's so important. I think it's critically important. Yeah, part of that's obvious, but I want to hear it in your words.
Yeah, well, what happened, Matt Rapp, who's very well, was the head of the Players' Championship, and he and I had lunch down there at the stadium course, and we got talking about it, and I said, could we look at doing this? Because there's a benefit of that, because obviously the TPC, the whole PGA Tour is very much oriented towards honoring the military. And so we wanted to leverage what we had, which is a great golf tournament with the publicity. And then could we do it? And Matt's done it. And our great friend, Kathy Hurlbert, really drove it. And so we've now had it, I think, 15 or 16 years. Yeah. It's the Saturday before the golf tournament. And, like I said, we get 200 or 300 veterans there or active duty members. And it's been phenomenal because we leverage two things. One, the companies, but also it's publicity, because the challenge is, how do you reach the people who need to be here or this Saturday will be here? And, working with the Players' Championship has been phenomenal.
And they've done a great, we kind of stole the idea or borrowed the idea from them, because we thought, it was my idea. I said, listen, if we're helping this many people, if you're helping this many people in March, why not do it again?
Absolutely.
Why not do it again? And we'll have a lot of people here. So we certainly invite veterans, members of the military, active or not, come by here. There's going to be a lot of companies here. And Mike and Bill and their team do a fantastic job. They know what they're doing. It's a beautiful ballpark. You'll see some great baseball, too, by the way, while you're here.
Absolutely.
And so we really do invite people to come, and we hope we're very proud to be part of it. Final thing. The 250 means a lot to me. It's a big deal. And there's there's times in our country where everybody's kind of mad at each other, and everybody's got their politics and their religion and all this, but it's great. We're Americans, and just 250 years in, what does it mean to you who served our country in so many ways?
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I mean, the neatest thing I saw after the U.S. won last night, they're singing was it Country Roads?
Yeah,
John,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. It was
and
awesome.
everybody is just
Everybody.
I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, it's we talk about diversity. Sometimes people look at it differently, but you look at the crowds. It's black women. I mean, blacks, whites, everybody together, and that to me really captures what we're doing. I'm glad it all worked at the same time, because it gives us something we can all agree on. We want the USA to win, and it's just a special time for each one of us.
It's a very special time. Mike, I love it when you come on and do this with us. I'm honored that we've made this a regular thing, and we're going to continue to do
Absolutely.
it. But thank you for how much the Fire Watch is partnered with 1010XL. It means a lot. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate it.
Yep.
When we come back, we're going to get it to baseball. Chris Lane is the commissioner. He started the Coastal Collegiate Baseball League, a wonderful baseball league, 6 teams of college players who want to continue their careers, and we're doing it right here in Jacksonville. How did Chris start it? How did it get started? Why do we have it? That's next, so stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This World Cup soccer update is laced up by Valvoline Instant Oil Changes and Houston's Meats.
Westwood One Sports presents this World Soccer Update, sponsored by Sleep Number. Save on cooling comfort during Sleep Number's 4th of July sale, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com. World Cup round of 32, a final in LA. Spain, a 3-0 win over Austria. Spain, ranked number 2 in the world, extends its international unbeaten streak to 34 consecutive matches. They're into the round of 16 and will face the winner of today's next game. That's Portugal versus Croatia, 7 p.m. Eastern in Toronto. Later tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern in Vancouver, it's Switzerland versus Algeria. Last night, the U.S. punched its ticket to the round of 16 with a 2-0 win over Bosnia and Herzegovina. Flo Balogun became just the 3rd U.S. player to score 3 goals at a single World Cup. But he was sent off with a red card in the second half. Won't play Monday versus Belgium. Phil Constantino, Westwood One Sports.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale. Plus, get a free base with select mattress purchases. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
America's turning 250, and Superior Fireworks is ready for the biggest 4th of July in a generation. Shop by July 2nd for the best selection and shopping experience before huge last-minute crowds arrive July 3rd and 4th. Superior Fireworks, Northeast Florida's locally owned fireworks superstore. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Blanding Boulevard in Orange Park and online at superiorfireworks.com/radio.
Yeah, I know how awful it is to get injured, but not like my friend Tom, who got rear-ended last year. Tom McMahon is here. Morgan & Morgan can help you. They're the largest personal injury law firm in the nation. 1,000 lawyers, 100 offices across the nation, and over $30 billion recovered. And guess what? They don't get a single penny unless you do. A proven track record with backup. Hard to find these days, but not with Morgan & Morgan. For the people, that's right. Get injured due to someone's neglect, get paid. Dial Pound Law or check out forthepeople.com.
Keep an eye and an ear out for Johnny O.
I'm listening.
Catch the man who knows Jacksonville football, John Osher.
Are you sure?
Weekdays on 1010XL. Served up by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and Honda always has cool stuff, Greg. But talk about the side-by-side of what Pioneer has.
I tell you, the all-new Pioneer, which is their flagship model, all redesigned this year, comes with a cab for heat and AC, so if you want to stay a little cool on those hot summer days when you're out riding, this is the ticket.
And you can have the stereo, full sound.
You name it, we got it. Wheels, tires, stereos, lights, heat and AC, we're your people.
Go check it out in the showroom. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
Has any Major League Baseball player ever hit 2 grand slams in the same inning?
Filing an insurance claim following a storm shouldn't be an ordeal. Southern Oak Insurance's claim team prepares for catastrophic situations well in advance. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Fernando Tatis of the Cardinals hit 2 grand slams in the same inning in 1999. Both came off the same pitcher, Chan Ho Park of the Dodgers.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Joe C. here. I tried playing handyman with my sprinklers and French drain. Ho, ho, ho. And royally failed. So I called Clearwater Irrigation and Drainage. And John Haney came out personally, just like he'll do for you.
You know it. And for a limited time, my good buddy Joe C's coming too.
Huh?
Ain't that right, Joe?
I gotta go to the game.
Joe? Go.
Clearwater Irrigation.
At least do this part. And drainage too.
ClearwaterJacks.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking mumbo-jumbo. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from high heels to wagon wheels. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
One of Beard's Diamond's most popular events ever is back. It's Christmas in July. Right now, for a limited time, you get as much as 40% off anything in our showcases. Yes, that includes engagement rings, fashion rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants, colored gemstones. This is the annual store-wide sale that everyone loves, because you get December prices in July. Up to 40% off store-wide. Don't miss Christmas in July. Exclusively at Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center and online at beardsdiamonds.com. Shop local. Shop Beards. Santa Claus normally avoids Florida this time of year, but not this year. Christmas in July is happening right now at Beard's Diamonds. Get up to 40% off now through July 27th. Beard's showcases are stocked with all new fashion jewelry, exquisite colored gemstone pieces, and the best selection of diamonds in North Florida. Rounds, emerald cuts, princess cuts, cushion cuts, ovals, from a half carat to 10 carats and more. Come and find the perfect engagement ring now at Beard's and save up to 40%. Beard's Diamonds at the shops at Town Center and online at beardsdiamonds.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
All right, we thank our friends from Stanley Pools at 904-269-7277, the number to call. We are live at the Bragan Baseball Complex at the Fort Family Regional Park, getting set for the Coastal Collegiate Baseball League All-Star Game. My friend Chris Lane is here, who put this whole thing together. How you doing?
You're doing great, Frank. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Yeah. You just told me that I'm 17 days older than you, so I feel like I should be your mentor now. I didn't realize that until you just told me that. So.
Well, I'll get you a cane, and we can share the cane the rest of the year.
Let's do that. This league's fantastic. For people that don't know, the CCBL is a league that Chris started and Fran Delaney, one of our mutual friends, started to help college players have a place to play. Similar to the Valley League or the Cape League, but doing it here in town. 6 teams. It's fantastic baseball. It's college players. They play all their games here. We're honored to have it. Tell me about how you started it, why you started it, and what the genesis of this was.
Well, back in, I guess, 2021, my youngest son was playing down in the South Florida College League. And
okay.
My wife and I drove down there to watch him play, and we're driving on the way back, and I guess somewhere around Palm Coast, I asked her, says, why don't we have a league here? What's going on in this town that we don't have a college league in this town? So the next day I called Fran Delaney, and we kind of worked out the nuts and bolts of it all. And, you were kind enough to meet with us as well that first month of getting things going, and appreciate all your honest answers. And we took them to heart, and it's just been a good 10 months of work every day, every year.
That we met at Panera in San Marco.
That's right. Yeah.
And Chris and Fran were just had this idea, and I didn't know if you could pull it off. I just didn't know if you'd get enough players, if there'd be enough interest here. It's hot here. It's not like you're going to the Cape where you play. And boy, did you guys ever pull it off. Now, so your background in baseball, people have to understand that, too. That's a big part of this. Tell people that.
I went to FIU in 1979, Frank.
Okay.
Dating myself, dude.
Yeah. Right with you, bro. Who are you telling? Okay, but go ahead.
They were Division II back then.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a Division II All-American, got drafted by the Yankees in 79, played about 5 years in their minor league system, got my first firing. And then went on to the Pirates of all teams.
Yep.
And then I coached with them for about 7 years. Then I got a second firing. Then I coached with the Orioles for 5.
Yeah.
Another firing. It happens. You're in the business. That's what's
Right.
going to happen. Then got back to the Pirates again for another 7 years, both coaching and Major League Advanced Scout.
Yeah. So you were in professional baseball for close to 20 years as a player, a coach, a scout. I mean, you're not new to this.
Correct.
You knew what professional baseball people wanted to see.
Right, and a lot of what you see out here is based on my adventures in the minor leagues, on how minor league organizations run their systems, run their clubs, how they organize their people. We don't do the big promotions like they do.
Yeah.
But the organization of it all and the timeliness of it all, we make sure everything starts on time. And we wanted to give that feel. I mean, I take special pains to know everybody's name in about 2 weeks in the league. And it works out pretty well. We're real pleased that it's worked out like this.
Chris Lane is with us. He is the commissioner of the CCBL. How do you find players? Where do the players go? I mean, they're all. And again, I'm here all the time. And before you allowed us to put a walk-off team in it, I was here a lot of the time. Now I'm here all the time.
Yeah.
But it's good. I mean, it's a really good level of baseball. How do you find the players?
I start emailing coaches in September, college coaches across the nation. I do all divisions, all coaches, and just remind them what we are, who we are, how we act. We do things a little differently than most college summer leagues,
right?
And that's what we offer. We also offer positions for players that are second and third on their rosters.
Yeah.
They're not getting a lot of time, not a lot of bats and innings, and we fill that void for them. As we've gone older, it's our 6th season, a lot more has become from word of mouth. The players that have been here are suggesting to their buds to come on out, like that. Certainly our media presence with you guys and everybody else in Jacksonville has helped as well. But we hit the ground running in September once the season's over, and we don't stop.
And again, it's a good. And I don't want to misrepresent it. There's not Florida and LSU players here,
right?
But there are small college players from all in the area who are darn good players.
We're about 35% JUCO, junior college kids, and then Division II, then 3, then NAIA, and we got a smattering of Division I's. And I'm all right with that, because I found that the guys in the smaller schools are a little hungrier.
Right.
They want to come down and work. We play 4 days a week. We have Sundays off. Gosh, we live in Florida.
Yeah.
And it's not as hot as you think it is around here sometimes.
Yeah.
And the guys, I'm telling you, we've got guys that are leaving after the All-Star game because they're going to go up to BC or some other school, and they've had a blast. And then I said, tell your friends and neighbors, bub.
Yeah, and I can tell you this. I've been talking all week how I don't know much about soccer, and I still don't. I know a little bit about this game, and it's a good level. It's a good level of baseball. I mean, it is well played. The coaches do a good job. I mean, when you come out here, the fundamentals that if you follow the game, you do know that if the ball's hit the first, the pitcher gets over. If there's a single in the outfield and a second, the pitcher backs up the base. There's a double cut, the first baseman trails. The stuff that baseball people know. These are well coached teams. How that had to be important to you too.
Oh, it is. They've got to know what they're doing. We've got a couple of high school guys here, but they've been high schooling for a long time.
Right.
Jason Hatcher, Tony Cannaday, and they fit right into the system. Our system basically is we play 4 games a week. If John plays on Monday, he's not going to play on Tuesday, but he's going to play on Wednesday. That type of thing. They only sit 1 game a week out, 1 or 2 games a week out. Everything's rotated well. We have 22-man rosters, so we ensure that everyone plays.
And again, our walk-off team, our director of baseball is Tom Stanton. To this day, one of the best baseball coaches I've been around. Won a state title at Ponte Vedra. made Double-A with the Mets. Brad Simmons coaches with him, who's a very good catcher at JU. So I know how good a baseball player they are. Kennedy's a really good coach. Hatcher's a really good coach. You've been able to pull that off. So as you move forward, what's next? You have 6 teams now. And by the way, and if I'm talking out there and tell me, but I've been involved with you in this, you could have 10 teams if you had the pitching. That's the challenge. Yeah. And not just for this league. For any league, the pitching's the challenge.
For any league. I can remember when the Orlando League, the Florida Collegiate League, had 8 teams. Now they're down to 6.
Yeah.
It just happens. That's the between the college coaches and the team trainers and the performance guys come along and tell them to take the summer off. That's a constant battle. We met yesterday as a staff on our annual boat ride on the St. Johns River, and I said, listen, this is what we want to do for next year. We've got to get it out to the high school guys. I said, why aren't we getting the studs from high school in this league? They're staying at home. They can,
So a guy that finishes high school.
Yeah, finishes high school, incoming freshman.
So now he's a college player.
Right. So why aren't we getting more of those guys? And so that's kind of what our focus is going to be over the winter, and trying to market that. And that's up to me to go out and meet the high school coaches and just say, hey, we're out here. I know we're out here, and this is what we need from you.
The home run derby is going on right now.
Yep.
After that, we will have the All-Star game. I was at the All-Star game last year. I will tell you, it's a gorgeous summer night of baseball. The place is packed. It's a really good level of baseball. So I think we're all very excited about watching that, and it comes up tonight. Now,
well, we've got a special guest to throw out their first pitch. I don't want to tell anybody.
Well,
right now,
I'm going to tell that whole story. So I'll tell the story, but I'm going to tell the story. So last year, Chris was kind enough to let me throw out the first pitch. It's a true story. So I said, okay, yeah, I'd love to do that. I hadn't done it for about 15. Did a lot of it for a while, then done it for 15 years. So I'm playing catch, getting loose, and so it's time to go throw the first pitch. Now again, I hadn't done it in 15 years. Like you, were you a pitcher?
Yes.
Okay, like you, I pitched in some league till I was 35, 36 years old. Pitched forever. So I'm loose. I'm warming up from about 20, 30 feet, getting loose. Fran was catching me. So I walk out there to the mound. Place is packed, by the way.
Yeah.
Both teams are lined up down the baseline. Stands are totally full.
No pressure.
Nope. So I guess, I'm going to throw a pitch. I get up there. I didn't realize that 60 feet 6 inches had become about 190 feet. I said, what am I doing here? Yeah. So I bounce it. Okay, get booed a little bit. And then you tell me afterwards, dude, you didn't have to go to 6. You could have done it from 40 feet. Well, I don't know how this works. So tonight, 30 feet 3 inches. Okay, baseball people understand the significance of that.
That's right.
But I'm honored to do it tonight. I've told you this off the air 1,000 times. Let me tell you, with everybody listening, I'm amazed at what you guys have put together. It's a great baseball league. Fans love it. Players love it. It's really a good level of baseball. We do it here at the Bragan Baseball Complex, so we can't wait to see it continue.
And what really put us over the edge of it all, Frank, is working here with you guys at BBC. Yeah. It has worked out so well for us, the schedule wise. Yeah. We don't get games rained out here.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. And if we do, we play them the next morning at 9 o'clock. Yeah. We get it going. The guys are down here to play, and they appreciate that. They may moan and groan a little bit at me, but they're still out here at 9 o'clock playing.
The Bragan Baseball Complex and our friend Pedro Bragan, who made this happen, and our friends at the city of Jacksonville as well. So we appreciate all of them as well. Chris, continue. Good luck. I'll see you halfway to the mound shortly. Thanks, Freddie. We appreciate
it. You got it, man. Appreciate it.
More in a moment on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Bring in the heat. Your summer station. 1010XL.
Hacker here for Cornerstone Interior Solutions. If your AC is working overtime every summer, your insulation may be the problem. Homeowners and builders across Northeast Florida are calling Cornerstone to upgrade to spray foam insulation. It seals homes, crawl spaces, garages, blocking in cool air and blocking out heat. So your home stays cooler, your system runs easier, and your energy bills stay under control. Don't wait for peak heat. Visit CornerstoneInteriorSolutions.com.
Hey folks, it's Frank Frangie. When you buy tires, you should get more than just tires. You should get value that lasts. Well, at Big Chief Tire, Every tire purchase comes with their Extra Mile program. That means $10 off every oil change, free tire rotations, free tire repairs, and more every time you visit. No points, no gimmicks, just real savings from a local shop you can trust. Call 904-932-0950 or visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com. That's how you take care of your car the right way.
Calling all artists. The Jaguars Game Day Poster Series is back, and we're looking for bold, original artists to bring the energy to game days at the bank. Submit your portfolio for a chance to showcase your talent and design a limited edition Jaguars Game Day poster. Don't miss out. Be part of Duval Designs by visiting jaguars.com/Duval Designs.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long, drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Who are the CEOs making a real impact in Northeast Florida? I'm Liz Greavy, the events director for the Jacksonville Business Journal, and we are now accepting nominations for this year's Ultimate CEO Awards, where we recognize the top executives who are leading their companies and helping shape our region's future. If you know an outstanding CEO in Baker, Clay, Duval, Flagler, Nassau, Putnam, or St. Johns County, nominate them today. Nominations close July 20th. Visit jbjevents.com for details and help us recognize the leaders moving Northeast Florida forward.
Rick Ballou here. DraftKings is live in all 50 states. Yes, that means you, Florida. Win or go home, that's it. That's the World Cup knockout round, and DraftKings has you covered every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in Florida, so whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you are in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Florida, the world's biggest stage in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with the code 1010XL, spend $5 and get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. The code is 1010XL in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable predictions. Dollars that expire in 1 year, ends July 19th. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
The golden moment today. We've got a lot of guests on the show today. We certainly appreciate all them. But I really want to thank Alex Field from the Cohen Center. She's the director there, as they certainly help members of the military get their lives in order for sure. And my friend Mike Fleming, Brigadier General Mike Fleming, 36 years in the military, and now he is with the Fire Watch. That's who's putting on our little get-together today and our veteran job fair on Monday. Both Alex and Mike were kind enough to come by and talk about the significance of some of the stuff they have done and the way they have been able to help members of the military community. So we certainly do appreciate them stopping by. That is the golden moment of the program today. The most important sports moment was JJ earlier covered a little bit of the soccer for us. We'll get back to that in just a second, JJ. But Jaylen Brown, he's a really good player. To get him, the 76ers gave up Paul George, who's long in the tooth, and about 78 draft picks, the way I could tell it. What'd you make of the deal? You and I both thought they would grin and bear it. Both sides didn't. What'd you make of the deal?
Yeah, I was shocked. We said at the end of the show yesterday that I thought that they would have some kumbaya, moment with the front office, the head coach, and Jason Tatum to sit down and get things right. But obviously, things were too far gone and unfixable in the eyes of the Celtics because they traded him for a 36-year-old. And yes, it is 2 first-round picks, but I mean, how good are those picks going to be? Who knows? Probably they're not going to be like lottery picks, probably. And I've heard, reporting today that, well, they didn't want him around. I heard Colin Cowherd say from an NBA executive or somebody that works with the Celtics that he was like a disease because he has the disease of I'm smarter than every guy in the room. And, they just couldn't see eye to eye on anything, not with Tatum, not with the front office. And when it was found out that he was potentially going to be traded for Giannis and he wasn't, that was just the straw that broke the camel's back. And I guess they just couldn't see him playing on the team. I think it's a huge mistake for the Celtics, honestly. He's a great player, and to trade him inside the East like that for a team that just knocked you out of the playoffs, I think this one might bite him in the ass.
Yeah, here's my take on this. And obviously, from a personnel standpoint, the Sixers got better and the Celtics got worse. There's no debating that. That's pretty obvious. What you have to wonder about is in any business, whether it's a professional sports team or a college team or people working at the insurance company, culture does matter.
Yeah.
And if employees can't get along, and if one employee resents the fact that another employee got promoted ahead of him or her and can't get beyond it, that affects the workplace. That's very real. That's not made up. That's how the world is and how the world works. And you don't see it rear its head in sports very often. But I think that's what happened here. For better or worse, whether they're smart or not, the Celtics clearly believed that Jaylen Brown was going to wind up being a distraction in the workplace. Whether they're right or not, it was very clear that's where they stood.
And his trade value was a lot less than they thought, obviously. Yeah. They got back a 36-year-old.
Right. And whether or not that they could have done better, we'll never know if they'd have waited to a deadline, but it's very clear there was concern that he would be a cancer, that the culture would die.
Right.
And so they handled it. All right. But Jaylen Brown on his way to Philadelphia, and the Celtics will see what becomes of them. We'll take a break. 1 segment left. We'll say hello to Rick Ballou. Wrap the program after this.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
A major trade in the NBA on Wednesday night as the Boston Celtics trade 5-time All-Star guard Jaylen Brown to the Philadelphia 76ers in exchange for Paul George and a package of draft picks. How does it affect future odds for next year's NBA Finals? Oklahoma City, the betting favorite to capture the Larry O'Brien Trophy, they are plus 250. The Spurs also plus 250 to win the championship. The Knicks, the defending champs, are plus 850. The Celtics have fallen down to plus 1,200 to win next year's title. The Toronto Raptors, who recently acquired Kawhi Leonard, are plus 2,000. Philadelphia is now plus 2,200.
Progressive helping veterans drive their lives forward. More info, keysofprogress.com.
I'm Tony Desiri with your Visa in Action update on 1010XL.
Step inside Twin Peaks, warm wood, stone accent, and the mountain retreat vibe that hits the second you walk in. Massive TVs line up every wall, turning every seat into front row views of all the action. ET here, and I'm staying here for a while because of the smell of the wings, the burgers, and the 29-degree draft beer chills and frosted mugs like it's straight from the summer. The bar stays lively, and the Twin Peaks girls keep the whole place feeling fun and welcoming. For the ultimate sports lodge experience, it's always Twin Peaks. Eat, drink, scenic views.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Frank Frangie here. These days, it's hard to know which companies to trust. But when it comes to banking, I trust South State Bank. South State truly values its customers, and they work hard to create meaningful, lasting relationships. I love going into my local branch. I see the same smiling faces I've seen for years. South State is the largest bank headquartered in Florida, so they're able to offer all the banking services you need. You can trust South State Bank. Banking Forward. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
You can actually win a side-by-side at Best Bet St. Augustine.
You know it. Only at Best Bet. The more you play, the more chances you have to win.
Poker, great food and drinks, and a chance to drive home in that side-by-side.
That's what all the buzz is about.
Play your favorite poker and table games at Best Bet St. Augustine for your chance to win an incredible side-by-side. Earn entries now through August 7th. Grand prize giveaway happens August 8th.
Now this just got serious.
Get in the action. Feel the excitement at Best Bet St. Augustine. Details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
You may not be able to control the air you breathe on the outside, but you certainly can on the inside of your home. Just call Florida Home AC and ask about the Remy Halo. It's the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
Did you know that Kuhn Flowers showrooms are filled with gift ideas for the ones you love? This is Frank Frangie. Kuhn Flowers has been a staple here in Jacksonville for over 75 years. KuhnFlowers.com.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
America's turning 250, and Superior Fireworks is ready for the biggest 4th of July in a generation. Shop by July 2nd for the best selection and shopping experience before huge last-minute crowds arrive July 3rd and 4th. Superior Fireworks, Northeast Florida's locally owned fireworks superstore. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Blanding Boulevard in Orange Park and online at superiorfireworks.com/radio.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
I sure appreciate my friends from Stanley Pools. They've been a sponsor of this program for the longest time. Greg Stanley and his team, Kim, Liz, all of them, thank you so much, and they make it happen. We are live at the Bragan Baseball Complex here at Fort Family Regional Park. The CCBL All-Star Game is going to start tonight at 7 o'clock right now. They're wrapping up the Home Run Derby. Just a wonderful day to celebrate baseball and certainly to celebrate our country. We certainly appreciate Alex Field from the Cohen Center stopping by today. She's the director there. My friend Mike Fleming, Brigadier General Mike Fleming from the Fire Watch as well. Brett Hastings did a terrific Sports in Courts today. We certainly do appreciate that. And Chris Lane, who put together this CCBL, was here as well today, and we certainly do appreciate him. So it's been a fantastic day. JJ, always great work breaking down the soccer. JJ, you got me convinced now we're going to win, JJ, so I feel good about Monday night. Okay,
We're winning the World Cup.
One step at a time. We'll win
Exactly.
Monday night. That much is for sure. So, but we certainly are. Again, I'll say it again. When the game's over Monday night, grab your phone, grab your computer, grab something, go on one of our social channels, because I promise you, JJ's going to break it down better than any of those dudes on TV. I mean that very sincerely. He's really leaned into it. JJ, I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you. It's fun.
You've done a really good. You said it best earlier. Life's easy when it's fun, and I can tell you're really into it. But it's been fun, and again, I look forward to the minute it's over. I'm going there, win or lose. Now, if we lose, I may need a couple minutes, JJ, on Monday. Okay?
So will I.
I get it. But if we win, I'm certainly going to go through it very quickly. All right, let's say hello to my friend Rick below.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Rick, I was locked into soccer last night, man. Maybe I'm a soccer guy for a week. Did you want? You were locked in, I'll bet, right?
No, there's no question. Yeah, I had JJ on right before it, and I was ready to go, and I thought they got hosed on a call, but they were clearly the better team, and even shorthanded for all of that time that did not matter. So I thought it was a great night, great start to 250th birthday. And, hopefully that'll continue on Monday night. We'll see.
Quick thought before you tell me what's coming up tonight. I know the Celtics probably aren't first for you. They're probably behind the Bruins and the Red Sox. I get that. But they're the Celtics. What do you think of the Jaylen Brown deal?
Well, I have a little bit of a different perspective on Jaylen Brown because my cousin, I stayed, at really all three of his places, but his tower that overlooks the city, his neighbor is Jaylen Brown. And he has put in a recording studio on the 52nd floor, and he is so nice to everyone in this building. Everyone there loves him, but then you hear the Stephen A. Smith stuff where he says, don't dare me to come out and say what the city thinks, the players think, the organization thinks. The one thing that did come out while I was in Boston is he was asked about everything, and he said, this was my favorite season. And that upset a lot of folks because Tatum missed 3/4 of the year. You would think that his favorite season would have been the year that they won the NBA championship, but he didn't say that. Still, it's an awful trade. I mean, this is Jeff Bagwell for Larry Anderson, for crying out loud. This is awful.
Yeah, I hear you. What's coming up tonight? What
we got a lot of fun stuff tonight. We really do. We're going to mix in a little bit of some angst that's going on from some well-deserving people, and it just seems like the media as a whole is really under the microscope. You can thank Diana Rossini, because now if you're a member of the media, whether you are small or large, if you have a checkered past, you better look out because people are coming after you. We'll investigate that over the next couple of hours.
All right, Rick, have fun, buddy. We appreciate it. Rick Blue, he goes into the night. That comes up right now. Folks, that's going to do it for our program. I will tell you that this is always kind of an emotional show for me. I love where we live. I love we live in this country, and I love the fact that we have the freedoms we have. We get mad at each other a lot, sometimes more than ever, but it's a great place to live. It's a great country we live in, and I can tell you this, I never, ever lose sight of that. I'll be gone next week. I'll be back the week after, but I hope you have a safe, a happy 4th of July weekend. Always remember how blessed we are. No matter how mad we get at each other, no matter how tough it gets sometimes, always, always, always remember how fortunate we are. 250 years. It's hard to believe it. I'm awfully proud to be an American. So long, everybody.
Take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't